So what's up guys, I am BlackOpsAmazing, welcome back to another zombies video on the channel where today we are taking questions from the comment section below and answering them. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, a like rating anytime you feel like it would be very much appreciated, but if not, if you don't want to, it's totally fine. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on this channel. Leave any questions and comments you have in the comment section below. I will try my best to answer them in the next video, but whenever you're ready, let's get into it. So the first question of today comes from FaZe Eagle, and he says, why are there dead corpses inside of the Giants on Origins? Well, these dead corpses were people who were controlling the robots before the outbreak. They were controlling these robots from inside of their heads, patrolling the dig site. But when the Element 115 outbreak happened in France, these people became infected, turned into zombies, and as you can see, have died. So simply to answer your question, these dead corpses inside of the giant robots were once the ones who controlled them. The next question from Joel Kennedy says, how didn't the characters get infected by Element 115? So I believe you're saying, why don't Richtof and Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey become infected with 115 just like everyone else in our storyline? We know everyone at Origins at the dig site became infected with 115, everyone on Earth when the 3 rockets hit the moon, but all throughout our zombie storyline, Richtof and Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey never became infected by it. And that's actually a good question. Now obviously they are not immune to 115, because as we know, as time goes by throughout the storyline, they are weakened by it, or I wouldn't say weakened, but it does take an effect on them. The more they are exposed to it, the more they begin to change. As we know, their mindset changes. They become more paranoid, more crazy, but that still doesn't turn them into the undead. As we know with the teleportation experiments that Maxis and Richtof were doing in the beginning, the Element 115 changed the cells of whoever was teleported, turning them into a zombie. The same happened to Fluffy, Samantha's dog. It happened to corpses that they used for teleportation. But Richtof and Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey themselves have all used the teleporter, but again have never changed to the undead. Why doesn't 115 infect them, but it seems to infect everyone else? And that's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. Is it because they're so used to it, because they've been exposed to it so much that they have become kind of immune? That's a difficult question to answer. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Mauro Cavazos? Is that how you pronounce? I am so sorry. I'm gonna leave. Just get out of here. Anyway, the next question says, BOA, what is the little ball in the moon? So this ball that you find on the moon is part of Richtofen's grand scheme, and it's called the Vril Sphere. The Vril because it has something to do with the Vril, and Sphere because, well, for obvious reasons. But the Vril Sphere was an artifact that was discovered by Richtofen when he first teleported to the moon and came face to face with the MPD. That was when he discovered the Vril Sphere for the first time, and it's an integral part of the MPD itself. The Vril Sphere was designed to be a conduit to transfer energy between the Vril interface on the MPD and the Vril generator. But it has the ability to create profiles for users of the MPD via the Vril interface. That's at least what we were told when we heard the radios on Moon. But that's what this little ball on the moon is. It's used to transfer the energy from the Vril generator or the golden rod to the MPD. And as we know, Richtofen then used this energy to open up the MPD and switch bodies with Samantha, so he could become the controller of the zombies. The next question from Devon Tyler says, does Marlton work for Group 935 or a secret facility? So we don't actually know too much about Marlton's past, although we do know that he's sort of a technical engineer. We don't really know about his background, his family, where he grew up, where he came from. We are literally first introduced to Moulton. The first time we ever hear anything about him is him hiding in the bunker in Nuketown Zombies. Before that event, we hear nothing about him. So we don't even really know why he's even there, but of course there must be a reason. We know that just outside of Nuketown, there was a drill where Broken Arrow were operating. Broken Arrow were using a drill near the Nuketown testing facility to extract more Element 115 from the ground. But as we know, that drill exploded. It set off a nuclear explosion just outside of Nuketown, which destroyed not only the drill, not only the Broken Arrow facility around there, but also the Nuketown facility as well. Hence why we see the massive mushroom cloud outside of Nuketown, and that's also the reason why the town itself was destroyed, because of the Broken Arrow drill. As we know, once that explosion went off, a group of radiation scientists, known as the CDC, are sent to Nuketown to investigate the remains and discover any soldiers that have been revived from Element 115. Not only were CDC agents sent to investigate, but also CIA agents as well. Both of them were sent to Nuketown to investigate what was going on. But as we know, when they got there, the zombie outbreak had happened and they were left to fend off for themselves. But why is Marlton hiding in the bunker? Now, as I said, we know he's an engineer. We can clearly see that from what he's wearing, from his technical understanding of electronics and just engineering in general. So I could come up with a couple of theories. First off, Marlton was working at the Nuketown base before the nuclear blast. He was perhaps here fixing something, fixing some electronics for perhaps Broken Arrow or maybe a different company that he worked for. And so when the nuclear explosion went off at Nuketown, he quickly hid inside the fallout shelter. That could be one reason. He was simply working on site when the explosion went off. He was the first one to hide in here and locked himself in. It's possible that he was just passing through or was nearby the site, and again, just before the nuclear explosion went off, ran inside and hid. But we don't exactly know. However, when we do play Nuketown Zombies, Moulton is inside of the bunker. If we knife it, we can hear him inside. And then obviously after Nuketown Zombies, after everyone is killed, this time by the rockets from Moon, Marlton is still able to survive because he's inside of the bunker, and then sometime after, he must have escaped. He probably let himself out and then met up with Russman, or maybe Russman let him out himself, and then they both joined together, got on the transit bus and went on to their next location. We don't really know because we don't have much information on them. That's pretty much all I can give you. Let me know your theories in the comments section below. But did he work for Group 935? I don't think so. It was another group. Nice guy for a reason says, BlackOpsAmazing, how good are you at playing zombies? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best. I actually don't play zombies really that much. Not as much as you probably think I do. Because I don't really have time, I'm spending most of my day making videos. And the only time I really play zombies is to get gameplay, so I rarely ever play for fun. Simply because I don't have much time. And because of that, that also means that I can't really go to high rounds and test my actual greatness at zombies. But I will say I've reached round 50 on Mob of the Dead, Buried, and another map. I can't remember the other map. But I'm going to admit, I'm not the best zombies player. I'm not the worst. I think I'm above average, but I don't know. Maybe we could get some games on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, okay. Jared Brown says, hey BOA, why do you pronounce book as book? Book. Thanks. No. Okay, right. Everyone has an accent where I'm from the UK. I'm not going to tell you specifically where, Staffordshire, around that area, but a lot of people where I'm from pronounce book as book. And to be honest, it's freaking spelled like that anyway, right? It's B-O-O-K. Book. Same thing with Luke. Could you say Luke? Luke, I say Luke. I mean, Took. You don't say Tuck, do you? It's Took, alright? I don't know what you guys want me to do. It's just where I'm from. I'm sick of this. Mom! Pick on me! No, but seriously, that's just how I pronounce it. So, I don't know. Do you guys say it like that? Is it a bit weird? Let me know where you're from in the comment section below. I'd be interested to hear. Oh, well, I can't really hear what you guys say. Anyway, there we go. And the final question from Mark says, hello BlackOpsAmazing, I've been watching your videos for a while now. Can I get a reply? Did I reply to you? I can't remember. But I mean, I'm going to reply in the video. My question is, what is the story of the robot suit Nikolai uses in Gorod Krovi? If you already did it, can you have a link? So I didn't do it because there's not really a story behind it. But since you're asking, I'll quickly bring it up. Obviously, in Gorod Krovi, Nikolai, the original one, is in a mech suit. Now, I'm not 100% sure how he got his hands on this, but we know that Gorod Krovi takes place in 1945, where originally by this time the War of Stalingrad should have ended, but as we know, it didn't. World War II carried on, and in Stalingrad there was a three-way conflict between the dragons, machine, and the undead. I'm not sure where Nikolai got this mech suit from. I was thinking that possibly it was created by the Russians, just like the giant Gigant robots. I mean, you can clearly see on one of his arms he's got a harpoon with some blue liquid in it, which is probably element 115. And if that's the case, I would assume that this mech suit was created by the Russians to take down the group 935 dragons. Obviously, harpoons are used to take down these dragons. You've got a minigun on there as well. So I'm assuming that Nikolai took this robot from the Ascension group and then used it to battle against the dragons in Stalingrad. Obviously, being a Russian, loving his country, wants to protect it, and so was using this mech suit until our characters came to protect Stalingrad against the Group 935 and Division 9 dragons. And then when our characters come, obviously we have to battle him in it. So that is the short story of this mech suit, created by the Russians to take down the dragons. Anyway, there we go. That is it for today. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. If you have, a like rating as always would be very much appreciated, but if not, it doesn't matter, it's totally fine. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest zombies content, and also click that notification button as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.